Today we're going to discuss the 2019 Mexico Grand Prix. And we go live in 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? We are here to discuss. I have a special guest with us today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys? My name is Christian, and my Instagram is DarthRN54. So just kind of learning about this stuff myself right now.
Yeah, awesome. No, it took me a long time to learn Discord. My friend Brian showed me, and it took me a year to actually use it. So I'm with you.
We'll get that. I'll get the hang of it.
Yeah, you will. It becomes easy over time. But all right, Christian, let's discuss why we're here today. We're here because we just watched over the weekend the 2019 Mexico Grand Prix, and it was mind-blowing. Now, from the beginning to the end of 71 laps, we had kind of a chaotic race. Now, how do you feel how the beginning of the race started? Did you foresee it?
I think a lot of people foresaw it. Definitely, it was just the way qualifying played out with Max. You knowing the guy and his previous stints, you could kind of see it the way it was going to go. I thought it was going to be worse, but a good thing it wasn't. But it was a good start. It was a great start.
Yeah, no, it was a great start with Lewis with Lewis and him coming in on turn 1 and then turn 2. I mean, they right in the middle of turn 1 and turn 2, he literally tapped his the floor aerodynamics, and then that's when the floor aerodynamics broke because his tire touched there. Yeah, the left tire touched right there, and then they scooted out a little, and then they touched rear Lewis Hamilton's rear right tire and Verstappen's front left tire. They tapped, and they both went on the grass.
Oh, so Lewis had that damage since the beginning. He drove that car that way. That's interesting. That's awesome.
Yeah, they were wheel to wheel racing, and it was funny because a lot of people were upset that Verstappen did that. Some people were upset Hamilton did that. But in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, did we just watch what just happened right now? That was such competitive driving from two legendary drivers, one younger, one older.
It was great. We wouldn't expect any less.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything less. BDHD, what's up, man? If you would like to chime in, we would love to have you. Just jump on the Discord. This is our first podcast 1, actual podcast, where we're discussing the race. So if you can chime in, me and Christian would love to have you. But yeah, so let's get back to what we were talking. Okay, so as we got further into the race, Verstappen immediately got thrown to the back just because he no longer had the pace. He had to re-enter the track from the grass. Lewis Hamilton was able to re-enter pretty quickly and get back on pace. Now,
what position did he re-enter?
What position was it? I gotta find this. Let me look this up on YouTube while we're discussing this. When he re-entered, I want to say he re-entered in like back and forth.
Fifth, right? Fourth or fifth, right? He lost the spot, right?
It was like 4th or 5th. It was right between there.
Oh, he did. It was 4th because he lost the spot to Albon. Albon was watching everybody, and he took off.
and he was right behind him the whole time.
Yeah, he was watching him go at it.
Yeah. So it was 4th. So that was incredible for him to get that position. Obviously, he didn't gain a position, so they didn't penalize him for that. I thought both of them should have had a pit stop. I thought they should have been brought into the pit stop and served their penalty, like a 3-second. Not even that. A 2-second penalty would have been perfect, or 2 seconds off their main time, which would have hurt Hamilton.
It would have. It would have been super close. It would have been super close.
But yeah, so I'm watching right now when they first came in, and yeah, it's wheel to wheel, and they went off on the grass once the tires touched. The tires popped them, you know what I mean? And then Verstappen almost hit Hamilton when he re-entered the track. Now, tell me that's just not amazing driving. You didn't hit him, but you guys were just that close in that type of competitiveness.
It's aggressive. It's aggressive. It shows you what these guys can do.
Yeah, it shows you they're very talented. They're way above our pay grade. That's for sure.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so for the weekend, who were you just kind of like keeping your eye on? Who was it?
Oh, of course I was keeping my eye on Charles. I mean, I wanted to see what he was going to do after last race. Uh, I felt bad for him the way it turned out, but I guess
Hey guys, what's up?
Ferrari
Hey,
didn't.
buddy. We're currently right in the middle of a podcast.
Nice.
Guys, welcome CS Plays. He's an awesome cat. He's fairly new to F1, but he loves it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, guys. So
Awesome.
we're gonna continue. Yeah, no, I see what you were saying, Beamer.
Charles was the one I was keeping an eye on. I wanted to see how he was going to respond, but he had pole, but that's kind of unfortunate.
Yes, it was unfortunate, but in the end, he did run a good race, and he was the leader for a
I'll be right
long
back.
time, and he really held his position, and I thought that was good. I like that.
All top, the 4 top guys, they ran amazing the whole race.
Yes, the top guys just consistently stayed on tune, and they never backed down. Now, Valtteri Bottas, when he dived, when Verstappen died on him on the turn 15, and Valtteri's front wing sliced the back right rear tire of Verstappen. Did you see that already happening? Because I didn't even know that happened. I didn't know the tire issue was an issue until the tire was flying off on track.
I didn't notice. I didn't see it either till I seen the car wobble, and then he came on the radio and he was asking for a check.
He was asking for a check. Okay.
Yeah, he was asking his pit to check the tire, and they're like, "Yes, right, we're playing." That's when I saw it. You see the car wobble a little bit.
Yes, I remember seeing the tire get a little flat, like it looked like it was losing pressure. Okay, I remember that part now. Now, how did you feel about the McLaren pit stop?
That was unfortunate. Now that at first we thought it was the mechanic's fault, right? We were pretty hard on the mechanic, and then afterwards, after seeing some other videos, you could see it was the guy that gave it the go. But at that moment, I felt bad for Lando. I could not believe that.
Yes, I felt bad for Lando because it ended his race. But okay, we saw the pace of the McLarens. What was your thought about that? Because even though it was sad that his race ended, was it the worst thing ever?
It wasn't, because somehow their pace started dropping off. I don't know how. They started off great, and they couldn't keep up. Their pace was really bad for that track. So I mean, I think they still would have not. They wouldn't have ended up in the points, I think, at that point.
Yeah, they were just falling back. It just continued to happen.
It continued.
It didn't help, though, that Lewis Hamilton went toe-to-toe with Carlos Sainz in lap 1, excuse me.
Sainz had to drive the crap out of his car to be able to keep up with Lewis.
Yeah, but when Lewis... Okay, so it started with Sainz. Was it Sainz who smacked Daniel Kvyat from the rear, and then Vettel smacked him?
Oh, yeah, a couple of love taps, yes.
Yes. Yeah, there was something going on with the McLarens. The McLarens did not. There was too many mistakes happening to make it a good race for them.
Yes, they were over. I don't know if they were over aggressive, or I don't know where the car just was not there. I don't know what happened with them.
I feel like clearly over aggressive. We saw the over aggressiveness definitely with what do you call it? Carlos Sainz battling, the leaders, and he was battling hard. He was very interested on making sure to win. So very interesting. He drove the balls off that tire.
He did. He drove, but sadly the car just wasn't there. I mean, if he had probably a better car, he'd be up there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so that was that was the McLaren's race. They just did not have it for the weekend, unfortunately. But I think in Coda, we could see McLaren's going again, battling. As long as they get the pit stops right, I see them getting points.
I do too. I think they'll regroup and then they'll come back. I think they'll be okay next race.
No, definitely. Now we got some messages coming in if you can't see on the YouTube. So it's from BDHD. I'll go off his first comments real quick. WTF and F1 pages are on fire with comments on how boring the race was and how Lewis did nothing special. Okay, we know he did something special. I'm looking at the late race lap chart, and he ran his tires the longest next to Max Verstappen. So yes, that was a magnificent halt for him. Now, next comment. Hilarious. The salt and hate. Char was the, what? Shakiest of the top 6 from qualities to race. Yes, definitely. I feel like Leclerc, he was strong this weekend, but not as strong as he's been. Now, besides... Go ahead. Sorry.
He was strong. I think he was strong. I just think they gave him the wrong. They gave him the wrong strategy.
To both drivers, they gave the wrong strategy. Besides, maybe Bottas and the crash. Ferrari's stop and Char killed his podium. Char may have gotten P3. Ask your guest what he thought about the 4-second loss of Char pits. What did you think about the pit stop with Charles Leclerc?
Oh, I mean, that was also pretty interesting. At the moment, since they were concentrating on the leaders, we didn't get to see too much of what was going on. But I'm
watching it right now, and he pulls into the pits. They change the tires, and they don't let him go.
They hold him.
Him. Yeah, why did they hold him? They didn't want. See, those are the games they play.
I wonder why they were trying to. Why did they hold him?
I just saw it right now on the clip, and from what I can tell, that was them holding them, and there was a purpose, and it probably could have been because they wanted Vettel to be closer to him, who was running in fourth.
I agree. That could have been it. They wanted them to catch up to each other.
Yeah, to work together clearly, because then immediately when he exits the pits, he's right behind Vettel. Oh, that's what it was. He was right behind Vettel right after that. Immediately. Okay.
So they held him so they could catch up.
Yep. Leclerc, Vettel. Vettel takes the lead. Oh, that's what it was. Wow. That's what it was. BDHD. Our guest is Christian Beamer. We're talking to him yesterday. So definitely come on, dude. We would love to talk to you and get your points. I would love to hear you talk about these comments that you're seeing all over social media right now, because they are bull. Clearly, none of these guys who are commenting know anything about F1. What I've learned about these kids, they're sim racers. They talk crap like they know what real racing is, and they don't. They've never been in a real race car. They've never seen a real race car, and they talk crap. I got into a fight with the esports F1 team's driver for esports, for Alfa Romeo, because he was talking crap on, what's his name? Canada's driver, the track. Vinale, or how do you say his name? How do you pronounce the Canadian track?
Shoot. I don't know how I forgot the name of it.
Okay. Yeah. So that guy who it's named after, this guy was attacking online, and I'm like, dude, you're a sim racer. You've never even been in a real race car. I don't care if you're sponsored by Alfa Romeo. You know nothing about racing. And he didn't say nothing to me for a week. All his fans came at me, and they were all kids who played project cars and all these games with toys. And they were just going off on me, and I'm just laughing. And he eventually wrote me and said, I don't need to defend myself. But then he defended himself by telling me his records of his karting and all this stuff. And I looked him up. He never even got a championship. So you have nothing to say, dude. Quiet. But anyways, off topic. Let's get back to the topic.
That's how he is. BDHD posted that he sees that his tire wasn't secure.
The tire man hit the tire again and the air gun. No. They weren't holding for Vettel. Tire wasn't secure. As much as you're probably right, it's weird how he was right behind Vettel right after then.
Yeah, because it does look like they were holding for him. But that could be it. They probably could be at the gun stand or something.
It could have been. Okay, I'm watching it right now. Right now, he pulls into the pits. Whoa, there he is. He's into the pits. They switch tires. Here they go. They didn't hit it again. I didn't see a gun. I'll watch it again. Did they hit it? I see somebody right there. It's hard to say because you can't see. You cannot see. The camera is blocking the right rear tire. But
Watch the tire man reaction.
But then they show the camera again, and they show a problem. Oh, he did hit it again. He did hit it again. And then he threw his arm up all pissed because he messed up. Okay, it was on live.
Okay.
BDHD, I was wrong. I apologize. You were right, dude. I
Great
saw
catch.
the clip. Yeah, great catch, man. That totally went over my head. But once again, it is weird that he did end up, right behind Vettel.
If we didn't see that, it looked like it was part of their game plan for sure.
Yeah, so good catch, man. They did it on replay. Yeah, the replay came right after. I saw the replay. My bad. Okay,
Yeah,
so
he got it.
let's continue on. So as we go on throughout the race, then we have Daniel Kvyat hitting Hulkenberg. I was actually not against that. I thought that was kind of funny, and there's a lot of memes out there that are making me laugh right now.
At the end of the race?
Yeah, well, towards the end of the race, yeah.
The last lap?
Yeah, Daniel Kvyat goes right. He just tapped the tire, and his Renault went completely sideways.
Who ended up getting the penalty from that?
Kvyat.
Hulkenberg or Kvyat?
Yep.
So that ended up moving Hulkenberg up.
Yep. So I wonder how we're going to see how that plays out going into COTA. I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem, especially with Hulkenberg out of F1. I think it's... Go ahead.
No, yeah, he's not going to hold it against him.
Yeah, he's not going to hold it against him. It's over between them. It's time to move on. But other than that, so for you, when we look at the end of the day, basically what do we have? We have Lewis Hamilton on top. We have let's check out the little score real quick. We have Lewis Hamilton on top, Sebastian Vettel, Valtteri Bottas, Charles Leclerc, Alexander Albon, Max Verstappen. That's your top 6. But I feel like another driver of the day besides Max and Lewis would have to go to Sergio Perez, a driver who hasn't been able to drive like that. How do you feel about Sergio Perez?
Perez and Daniel Ricciardo were having a fantastic race behind the scenes, but they were Ricciardo kept trying to pass him, and Perez just would not let him. They were having a great race. Yeah, they were having a great race. And I think Perez at the end of the race told Ricciardo, like, you could only pass me if you had your Red Bull car.
Ooh.
And they were kind of talking to each other. Yeah.
Oh, what a low blow. That's a low blow, and I like it.
It was good talk. It was good. That's what it should be.
Yeah, it should.
Ricciardo probably just blew it off, but it's good stuff.
You know what it is? You guys had a good race. There's no problems. The point is you had a good weekend.
Exactly. They both did.
So, yeah, very cool. Very cool. So, as we see, Lewis Hamilton does not close out the championship. He has to win. Was it win or top 3 for COTA?
He has to win. No, he has to get top 3. He's already there.
So if he doesn't get top... Go ahead.
Yeah, but I think Bottas had to place like 5th or something like that, and he would have won. Yeah, he would have won here in Mexico, I think. But if he gets top 3 next race, he's there.
Okay. If he doesn't get top 3, what happens?
Then he's gonna miss it by like a point or 2. He's gonna be like, just barely not get it.
Wow, that's not a way to lose the title either.
He has to finish that race.
To barely not get it. To not get it by like 100 points, cool. 50 points, cool. But by point or 2?
That's killer. He'll get it, though.
Yeah, no, he'll get it. This is going to be his 6th, and he'll go for his 7th. And sadly, I think his goal is going to be to get 8, so no one else can top that. Especially because he knows where the rules are going, where no one's going to be that type of driver anymore.
He's talking about coming back for 2021.
Well, he's going to drive 2021's cars. Those cars look pretty freaking dope.
They do.
So I'm not worried about him not coming back. He is too competitive. Even if he doesn't like F1 that much anymore, he wants to be there to make sure he's top dog.
His inner racer is like, won't let him do it.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, man, those were the highlights definitely from the race, the big takeaways at least. But Alex Albon drove fantastic. He was even a leader at one point.
Yes.
He deserves to definitely stay at Red Bull. Do you think he should stay at Red Bull?
I think he should stay at Red Bull.
Okay.
Yes. Him and Max get along great too. So that I think they can feed off each other. He definitely should get the seat.
Yeah, no, he should definitely get the seat. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes down for him. If he does get the seat, it was obvious. If he doesn't get the seat, I'm gonna be really worried because what are they thinking? Like, do you
What
really?
are they doing back there?
Yeah, do you really think this is gonna go into your favors? Because I don't think so.
I don't think. And from what I'm hearing too, Honda has been really working on their motors for next season. So I'm hearing they're gonna be up there with Ferrari and Mercedes power output wise. So that's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that they're not. Honda has proved that without Alonso in the way, I mean, they can build some pretty cool stuff.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Okay. So now, before we go ahead and close out, what are your last thoughts going into Coda from Mexico?
Well, I mean, Lewis has to drive his. They have to come in. They have to come in with everything they got to get this because a lot of Ferrari's not going to give it up that easy. But it's going to be interesting. Isn't this going to be like the first time that somebody actually wins a championship here in the U.S.?
I think so. Because he didn't close
Right.
it. He didn't close it out during the Rosberg era. He actually closed it out in Brazil when it was him and Rosberg.
In Brazil, and then last year I think it was Mexico, right?
Yeah, it was Mexico.
So yeah, I think it's going to be like the first time, either in a while or ever, that somebody wins a championship here in the U.S.
Well, BDHD is going to be there watching Lewis Hamilton claim his sixth world title.
That's amazing. That's so dope.
He's going to be on Discord with us. So BDHD, I do need all your social media stuff so that I can get you posted on the YouTube links and description. Because you're definitely the very first one to ever come into from the grandstands on Discord, and that's going to be a big feat in the from the grandstands. But today marks history. Today is the first podcast 1, and basically it's my interpretation of how to go over a highlighted race. There was plenty to talk about with Mexico. A lot happened. It was not a boring race. So anyone who said it's boring, you don't know F1. You probably shouldn't be watching F1 because you're saying the wrong things about F1. But anyways, Christian, dude, I will see you to Wednesday. Me and Christian are going up to Hollywood. We both live down here in Southern California. We're going to be going up to Hollywood to watch F1's festival. They're going to be shutting down the street. And basically, Christian, what do you know about the festival that I don't know? All I know is they were just going to show off the cars.
I guess on Tuesday, what they're going to do throughout the whole day, they're going to have like a little, like they're just going to have the displays of the cars and some of the drivers out there. I think it was Verstappen and Bottas and Daniel Ricciardo. And on Wednesday, they're going to have the cars out on display in the morning, like 9 to 11. And then in the afternoon, they shut down Hollywood Boulevard. And they I don't know exactly which cars they're going to select, but they're going to be running the cars up and down Hollywood Boulevard. I guess they're saying like 150 miles an hour plus. They're going to run them up and down. I heard it gets pretty interesting. Where they haven't really done it here in Hollywood, but they've done it at other cities to promote F1. And I heard it's fun. I heard it's pretty cool.
Well, I'm really excited, man, because it's Hollywood. Let's just face it. I'm sure I'm going to find a nice little pub afterwards to get a nice beer. But, yeah, I've never seen this up close like we're going to see it. So I'm really eager. I'm going to be taking my phone. I have this program where I can live stream from Twitch and YouTube. So I'll be live streaming the whole thing. You guys will get to see Christian with me. And that will be the closest thing we get currently to from the grandstands in front of an F1 car, literally. So
yeah, correct.
Hopefully in the future, we're at every race just like BDHD. We'll all be there hosting. Who knows? But guys, thank you for tuning in. Christian, thank you so much for coming on for podcast 1 to kind of go over everything that we're talking about. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it. I like this. It's a great idea you have here. This is awesome, man. Because we don't really have a lot of F1 fans over here. It's kind of lonely. But this is an amazing idea.
It's very lonely. But you know what? People worry so much in the motorsport articles I read. all about how motorsports is dying in general. And this is from the top dogs talking about it around the world. And it's because, you know what it is there's not enough engagement amongst the fans. So there's this one lonely guy who watches it in his house, and that's it. But the sad truth is his neighbor's watching it. His neighbor's watching it. And this is real. Engaging the fans with the fans over the sport, that's just how they do it with football. Look at football. Look at the fans.
That's true.
I mean,
That's true.
You go to Albertsons, and next thing you know, everyone's talking about the Patriots winning. I always hear that team. I don't like football, so I don't really know about football, but that's the team I always hear at an Albertsons.
Their Patriots are like the Mercedes of football.
Well, there you go. There you go. And that's what I'm saying. They engage with each other, and they make the sport even that much more fun. So I'm taking tips from American sports on how they continue the sports to grow, and I want to bring that to motorsports, and that's the whole point of From the Grandstands. I'm not in the grandstands. You guys are. You guys are the fans watching, and I want to be part of that journey of your journey. I don't know,
It's
man.
a fantastic idea.
I'm
It's a great idea.
psychotic, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
It's a great idea. This last race was awesome. I mean, they had, aside from the race being a great race, just being able to talk to other people about it was something I've never experienced, and that was awesome. It was cool.
Yeah, no, it was definitely the first, and there's many more to come, dude. So I look forward to seeing you in Hollywood. Thank you guys so much for joining in, tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And Christian, let them all know where they can find you so you can blow up yourself.
Yeah, Instagram is pretty much all I have. It's Darth Art, like Darth_Art N54. Yeah, that's pretty much all my social media, so you can find me there.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys, you guys can find him on social media. He's on Instagram. Check him out. Help him grow. He's a big motorsports fan. He's on From the Grandstands episode 1. I mean, his name is Darth, and episode 1. I mean, he is the Vader of motorsports. Get it right, guys. So do your thing, guys. I'll see you guys for Hollywood, and then we're going to go into COTA, guys, where I'm thinking of even doing an episode 2 where we're discussing predictions and stuff for America. I don't need to hide my face. I'm one sexy bitch. So I'm not like those other YouTubers who they just show a picture and they talk. You get this. I'm sorry if you like it. If you don't like it, it's here. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful afternoon. Christian, you the man. Thank you so much for joining us. And, dude, it's been a pleasure having you on the podcast throughout the race weekends. I really enjoy it.
Appreciate it. Me too. This has been a lot of fun.
It's been a lot of fun. All right, guys, you guys all have a great one. I'll talk to you guys later. From the Grandstands, your host, Philip the Titan. Take care and stay out of trouble. Till next time, Hollywood.